Yo, what happened? Little Dale. I'm gonna show y'all this 75 Vert. The one I just got in. Rose gold wheel, dub. It ain't perfect or whatever, but it's a solid car, solid foundation. It's in better condition than the last one. But I ain't gonna do too much talking, though. I'm gonna show y'all this thing. This here, man. 1975 Chevrolet Caprice Vert. Man, this is a solid car overall, man. The car actually came from the friend of the guy I got the white one from. And, looking at some of the work did on it, I'm assuming, they went to some of the same people. But overall, man, this car's solid, man. It's a rust-free car. It ain't just beat up or nothing like that, though. There's a couple of minor imperfections and stuff like that, though. It needs some work. It's an unfinished project. But it ain't just a project like the last one. But she unfinished. So she gonna need some odds and ends. They got the front end sitting up high. I'm not a fan of that, we don't ride like that no more. We had to sit down on them wheels. That'll make a huge difference on this car. The stance means everything. But anyway, man, let me get into the flaws on this car. As far as body-wise and all that, she ain't beat up in no dents, but she does have a couple bumps. This is the worst one. That's the worst one. Small. If you back up from it, you can tell how big it is. The other one is right here. See how small it is. And then the other one is right down here. About the only spots I found on the car. With the bubbles on or whatever. Them probably the only imperfections I really just found on the body. Don't quote me on that, I could overlook some, but as far as me just looking over the car, that's pretty much it. This car, as far as cons, I'm gonna go with the cons with the car. It need brake work or whatever. The brakes stop good and all that, but they hard. I'm not mechanically inclined. When the far as coming, you just working on them or whatever. So I ain't really just sure what's going on with the brakes, but they hard, like I said, and but they stop good and all that though. The tail lights and brake lights not working. Headlights work, tail lights and brake lights not working. What else? Trying to go over everything. I'm gonna pop that hood for y'all in a minute. And go over that. But that's the main part. Doesn't have a tag mount back here. So we need a tag mount. That's about it for the most part. As for, that's what you can see as far as cons or whatever. On the outside. The car ain't perfect, man. By any means, it's not perfect. She's solid, especially for the price I got on it. You see around the things got paint chipped off around that. Does have a Dakota digital dash in it. I think that's a Dakota or HT8. It got a digital dash in it. They were going with the vintage out setup. They put the, they put the mount in there or whatever, but they never did put the whole system in there. So that's not hooked up. The car has push button start. It got this right here. This right here. That's for the tire pressure sensors or whatever. I seen the sensors on the wheels, but it still reads 0, so I guess they're not calibrated or something like that though. The speaker holes back there don't have no speakers in them. Got cup holders and all of that. These seats actually was done pretty good. The seats are, as far as tightness and all that there, it's decent. Yeah, it's pretty decent for what it is. Top, in pretty good shape. Does have the glass back window. The wheels. Like I said, the undercarriage of this car is solid. The undercarriage is solid on this car. Rust free up on it though. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just get up on it and show y'all. Dirty though. It's just paint chipped off. That's just the little stuff chipped off. There ain't no holes or nothing. But yeah. Go around on the other side. My trunk area. Car does have a backup camera on it. It does work. Let's see what else. Forgot to mention. The windows don't work. Like I said, this car come from the same people. Some of the same people I got the last one from. So I guess some of the same issues. The windows don't work. All of them up, except the driver and that back one over there. That one, the back one over there tries to move. It went down a little bit right there. I didn't know it wasn't gonna come back up, and it got stuck. It was up. I let it down. This one, it's been like this since I got the car. Somebody said they smelled the motor on it, so they assumed that the motor's burnt up on it. So it could need a window motor. Yeah. So I forgot to add that in there, so I had to throw that in there too. But yeah, that's that. Crank the thing up and pop the hood and all of that there for y'all. Key out. Oh, they put a trunk button down here to pop the trunk, you know, so you pop from the inside, but it's not hooked up. So, you know, it's pretty much pointless. No, I get that for it had some music in here at one point. All the gauges do work. Should I say check the brakes or whatever? Like I said, the brakes need work. It's a camera. I change. And it does record if you want to record. Open this hood up for y'all. Sit that phone down. It's an engine bay. Guy got it from, he says it's a 6.0. I don't got no way of, you know, proving it, but he says it's a 6.0. Still got the, you know, that intake on it. As you can see, self-explanatory, don't got no AC compressor on there. The blower motor fan isn't coming on, so I don't know what the phone just died on me. So I had to start back on this phone. But anyway, like I was saying, got the 6.0 where the last owner I bought it from, he said it's a 6.0. I can't prove. So don't quote me on that. I can't prove it. I don't know how to look at them like that. I'm an old school player. I deal with older motors. But motor run gear and all that though. Not sure what trains he got behind it. Self-explanatory. Don't see no AC compressor, so you know the AC is not on it. As far as heat, I'm not sure what it's doing because the blower motor isn't working. So, they were trying to go with the finish rack. So I'm assuming that, we just gonna go with it's not. What else? I think I pretty much about covered everything, man. Pop this trunk for y'all. Trunk, the battery being relocated. These speakers do not go. They just sitting in here for now. Yeah, as y'all can see, like the last car, they put this junk in here. Hey man, it's not none of my work, so hey, don't give me a lecture about it. It's not my work. But yeah, so like I said, the tail lights and brake lights aren't working. They got the trunk. I think the trunk and door panels. They got this laid down in the trunk and the door panels. I think the floors and all that, everything been did. But that's about it, man, on this car, man. Solid car overall. They got a security thing too on the remote start. You know, I'm not gonna show it on the camera in case the buyer doesn't want nobody to know how to crank or not to crank the car and all that there. But if you're interested, when you come check it out, I'll show you, the whole 9 on it. But yeah, this the car. If you're interested, give me a holler, man. I'm on $39,500 for it. Maybe $39,500. You get it. Oh, another thing. I'm located in Alabama. I'm not sure. A lot of people not familiar with how Alabama works when it comes to the antique vehicles, fancy cars. Anything over 35 years old, they don't give us titles for them. This car is registered, tagged, and insured in my name, my personal name, and I have all my paperwork on it. Like I said, they do not give us titles for cars over 35 years old once you register. But this car is in my name. I can provide every document I need to provide. I've been down this road, a bunch of times. A lot of people aren't familiar with it, so I'm putting that out there now. So we're a bill of sale state in Alabama. But I give you my paperwork or whatever, a copy of my ID, and then you'll be good to go on this car. You'll be good to go to get everything you need to register it and get you a title and all that there. Oh, this paint does have some flakes in it too. But yeah, that's that, man. Like I said, $39,500. You interested? Give me a holler. If not, that's cool. Maybe we can do business on the next one. I'm trying to sell a car. I'm not looking for opinions, so y'all can keep them. I appreciate y'all tuning in, checking out the car and all that there. Tell a friend. If you can find one cheaper, go find it. Peace.